Malaysian food can change direction very quickly. One moment you are eating something light and fresh, the next you are looking at a bowl of coconut curry, slow-cooked beef, smoky grilled meat, or rice covered with several sauces at once. That variety comes from Malaysia's mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, Peranakan, and regional food traditions. The result is a menu where two dishes can sit next to each other and taste as though they came from completely different worlds. In the first video, we looked at nasi lemak, roti canai, teh tarik, char kway teow, and asam laksa. This time, we are moving toward the richer side of Malaysian food. We will begin with a creamy noodle soup, move on to slow-cooked beef and grilled satay, then finish with two very different rice dishes. Let's start with the laksa many people think they are ordering. Curry laksa is probably the version many people picture when they hear the word laksa. Unlike asam laksa, which has a sharp, sour fish broth, curry laksa is rich, creamy, and based on coconut milk, curry spices, and chili. It is the kind of soup that already feels warming before you have reached the bottom of the bowl. What goes into it depends on the region and the restaurant. You may find noodles, chicken, shrimp, fish cakes, cockles, bean sprouts, a boiled egg, and pieces of tofu. The tofu may not look like the most exciting ingredient, but it is one of the best parts. It absorbs the broth like a small sponge, holding on to the coconut, curry, and chili. Bite into one and you get a concentrated burst of soup, which can also be hotter than expected. This difference between curry laksa and asam laksa is worth remembering. One is creamy and rich, the other is sour, fish-based, and much sharper. They share the same name, but they satisfy completely different cravings. Choose curry laksa when you want a filling noodle soup with coconut, spice, and plenty happening in the bowl. Expect creamy broth, chili, seafood or chicken, noodles, and tofu that has absorbed nearly every flavor around it. Our second dish is beef rendang. It is often called a curry, but when it arrives, you may wonder where all the sauce is gone. That is because rendang is cooked very differently from a curry with plenty of liquid. The beef is slowly simmered in coconut milk with spices and aromatic ingredients. As it cooks, the liquid gradually reduces until most of it has disappeared. What remains is a dark, concentrated mixture that coats the meat. Common ingredients include lemongrass, galangal, ginger, chili, garlic, and toasted coconut. It sounds like a long list, but the flavor does not arrive as one loud blast. It comes in layers. First, you may notice the rich coconut and toasted flavors. Then the citrus-like aroma, warm spices, and deep savory taste of the beef begin to come through. A good rendang should not simply taste hot. The spice is only one part of it. The long cooking time also explains why rendang can taste even better after it has rested. The flavors continue to settle into the meat, making every bite feel deeper and more complete. Choose beef rendang if you enjoy slow-cooked meat and concentrated seasoning. Expect tender beef, toasted coconut, warm spices, and very little loose sauce. It may look almost dry, but the flavor is anything but. Next is satay. At first, it looks familiar enough. Small pieces of meat threaded onto skewers and grilled over high heat. But the marinade, the smoke, and especially the sauce make it unmistakably Southeast Asian. Chicken and beef are common choices. The meat is marinated before grilling, which adds sweetness, spice, and a deeper flavor beneath the charred edges. Then comes the peanut sauce. This is not a minor dip placed on the side because the plate looked empty. For many people, it is half the reason to order satay. The sauce is thick, rich, nutty, and slightly sweet. It coats the grilled meat and softens some of the smoky flavor without hiding it. Satay may also be served with cucumber, onion, and compressed rice cakes. The cucumber sounds like a small detail, but after the warm meat and rich peanut sauce, its cool crunch is exactly what the plate needs. The small skewers also make satay easy to share. You can order a few for the table, compare different meats, and still have space for something else. At least, that is the idea. They often disappear before everyone has agreed who gets the last one. Choose satay if you want an easy first dish or something the whole table can share. Expect smoky meat, a sweet marinade, thick peanut sauce, and fresh cucumber to keep everything balanced. Our fourth dish looks far quieter than the ones we have already seen. Hainanese chicken rice is exactly what the name suggests, chicken served with rice. Compared with bubbling curry laksa, dark rendang, and grilled satay, that may sound almost too simple, but the simplicity is deceptive. The chicken is gently poached, so that it remains soft, moist, and tender. The rice is cooked with chicken stock, fat, garlic, ginger, and other aromatics. That means the rice carries far more flavor than its pale color suggests. The dish is usually served with cucumber, a clear broth, chili sauce, and a ginger-based sauce. Nothing looks especially dramatic, but every part contributes something. This is also a dish where mistakes are difficult to hide. Dry chicken is immediately obvious. Bland rice is even more disappointing. In a really good version, the rice may be the part you remember most. Malaysia shares Hainanese chicken rice with a broader regional tradition, and the exact version can vary between communities and restaurants. Choose this dish if you prefer subtle flavors or simply need a break from heavier sauces and stronger spices. Expect tender chicken, deeply savory rice, fresh ginger, and chili sauce that brightens the plate without taking over. Our final dish is Nasi Kandar, and this one is less of a fixed recipe than an ordering strategy. You begin with rice and then choose from the dishes displayed at the counter. There may be fried chicken, fish, squid, vegetables, eggs, curries, and several other things that become increasingly difficult to resist once you are standing in front of them. Then different curry sauces are poured over the rice, sometimes several at once. That mixture is what makes Nasi Kandar more than an ordinary plate of rice. One sauce may be spicy, another earthy, another rich or slightly sour. When they mix together, the result changes with every order. The only real danger is enthusiasm. Everything looks good, so it is very easy to keep pointing until the plate is full and the price is much higher than expected. For a first order, one main dish, one vegetable, and a mixture of sauces is probably enough. You can become more ambitious once you understand how the system works. Choose Nasi Kandar if you enjoy variety and like building your own meal. Expect rice soaked with several curries, bold flavors, and a plate shaped almost entirely by the decisions you make at the counter. These 5 dishes show just how rich and varied Malaysian comfort food can be. Curry laksa gives you coconut, noodles, and spice. Beef rendang concentrates hours of cooking into tender meat. Satay brings smoke and peanut sauce. Hainanese chicken rice proves that subtle food can still be deeply satisfying, while Nasi Kandar lets you create a different meal every time. For someone new to Malaysian food, Satay or Hainanese chicken rice may be the easiest place to begin. But if you want the richest and most intense dish in this video, beef rendang would be difficult to ignore. In part 3, we will finish the series with mi goreng mamak, bak kut teh, otak otak, kaya toast, and sendol.